a world of unimaginable technological marvels. Yet, with each leap forward, a nagging question remains. Are we truly progressing, or simply sleepwalking into a gilded cage? Out of all the technological marvels we see today, Onlyfans raises a huge red flag due to the concept of unearned intimacy. If you don't know what it really is, it's a platform where you pay a monthly subscription to see explicit content created by young girls. E.g., in exchange you get pictures and videos of them naked doing sex stuff, playing with sex toys, etc. This has become quite common. With about 2.6% of women you might run into places at like the daily market participating. That's roughly 1 in every 38 women. The business model of Onlyfans profits by providing lonely men with a simulated sense of connection to a consistent stream of virtual companions, particularly catering to a male audience. The worry here is how such platforms could influence relationships in society by providing a form of intimacy that's not earned through genuine connections, but artificial intimacy. Feeling the pinch lately? Rising costs, tight budgets, and waves that just don't stretch far enough? We've all been there. Saving every penny can only take you so far. That's why so many of us, especially younger folks like Gen Z and millennials, are hustling hard. 2, 3 jobs, juggling act just to keep afloat. But there's another side, and that's the hustle revolution. Thanks to the internet, turning your passions into profits is easier than ever. From streaming games online to crafting and selling on Etsy, the options are endless. But what if you could ditch the crafting hours and skill mastery? What if all you needed was fans? That's where things get interesting. Imagine a platform where your existing audience, your followers, could directly support you. No physical products, no special skills. You just get paid for being naked and creating a hollow sense of connection with the men who pay women to degrade themselves. This narrative paints a troubling picture of societal decline. When an economy fails to uplift its people, instead resorting to exploiting their vulnerabilities for profit, a civilization teeters on the precipice. For some, it's a lifeline, a way out of sudden unemployment, a safety net for young adults, or a quick cash injection when times are tough and the allure is undeniable. But there lies a darker side. Is it replacing the genuine experience with a simulation that is more engaging, accessible, and seamless than the authentic one? The enticing promise of making easy money from the comfort of one's bedroom by sharing a few flirty photos on Onlyfans often obscures the darker reality that lies beneath the surface. While the platform encourages women to monetize their content, it fails to shed light on the hardships of the women behind the screen and the systemic issues that can lead to long-term consequences for short-term financial gain. The origins of Onlyfans trace back to 2016, when British businessman Tim Stockley, along with his older brother Thomas, established the platform. Tim identified a need to provide a direct payment method for adult entertainers who were facing challenges on mainstream social media platforms. As these performers encountered restrictions on promoting their services due to crackdowns on nudity, the cumbersome task of individually sending content to each follower became an obstacle. Onlyfans emerged as a solution, introducing a subscription service that allowed fans to pay for access to their favorite performers' content. Initially, the platform had a small user base, mainly having performers who were already established in the adult entertainment industry. However, it marked a big shift in the industry by enabling sex workers to transition their careers online. This shift empowered them to take control of the means of production, freeing them from the constraints imposed by directors and producers who may not have always prioritized their best interests. Working from home and being self-employed, sex workers on Onlyfans gained complete autonomy over their image and working conditions. This transformation offered a new level of agency to those in the industry, allowing them to navigate their careers on their own terms. Yet, amidst the cheers of liberation and self-expression, whispers of exploitation and despair began to stir. In 2018, a guy named Leonid Radvinsky, who knew his way around online entertainment, snagged a 75% chunk of Onlyfans. Before this, he'd made a ton of money with websites claiming to sell stolen passwords to adult sites, but in reality, he was getting paid by those sites for sending them online traffic. After taking over Onlyfans, Radvinsky revamped his whole deal, and it took off like crazy. Then came 2020 and the pandemic. Suddenly, Onlyfans became a household name as more and more people found themselves out of work and in need of some cash. Onlyfans became an easy way to make money from home. On the flip side, With folks dealing with boredom and loneliness on the other side of the screen, the demand for online sex workers shot through the roof. This little website turned into a big deal, and news spread like wildfire on Twitter and major media outlets about how much money some people were raking in on OnlyFans. It wasn't just women. Guys were pulling in good earnings too. This got a lot of people thinking, hey, should I start my own OnlyFans? It became this go-to option for youngsters looking for extra income during tough times. For newcomers, there's often this belief that OnlyFans can be a quick fix for crushing debt or a ticket to buying a new home. This idea seems simple. Just shed some clothes, strike a pose under good lighting, maybe throw in a video or two, hit upload, and watch the money roll in. But here's the harsh reality. For the majority, that fantasy is far from the truth. In fact, nearly 75% of all the earnings on OnlyFans end up in the pockets of the top 10% of creators. These are often people with established careers in the adult industry or actual celebrities who already had a loyal, lonely, and hungry fan base, basically an army of simps. So for the average person dipping their toes into OnlyFans, the road to financial success is a lot steeper than the initial impression might suggest. What many people don't know is that the platform's success stories are more the exception than the rule. Before OnlyFans, celebrities like Bella Thorne and Cardi B brought their fame to the platform. Bella, at one point, was pulling in an eye-whopping $11 million per month, and Cardi B wasn't far behind, with nearly $10 million. It's interesting to say that neither of them even posted sexy or nude content, and their efforts seemed less strenuous compared to the majority of creators who are hustling for a piece of the smaller earnings pie. For most creators, making it on OnlyFans means putting in serious work. They're grinding 7 days a week, juggling self-promotion, marketing, brand collaborations, and constant communication with subscribers, all just to scrape together a decent living. Unfortunately, a big chunk of creators don't earn enough to turn OnlyFans into a full-time gig, with the average creator making a modest $180 a month. While OnlyFans has undeniably provided a platform for sex workers, especially those with years of experience, media coverage tends to focus on the success stories, giving a somewhat skewed view. It can seem like making it big on OnlyFans is a piece of cake, overshadowing the fact that these stories are more the exception than the rule. The reality for most creators is far from glamorous. There's a troubling side to this narrative as well. OnlyFans can inadvertently sell the idea that sex work is a quick and easy route to financial success. As a result, many people jump into the platform without fully understanding the immense pressure and potential psychological toll that comes with selling intimate content. The allure of quick money might obscure the nuanced reality that many creators actually face. The harsh reality is that the OnlyFans industry isn't fit for everyone, despite the misleading narrative suggesting otherwise. The platform's image often deceives people into believing it's a one-size-fits-all solution, but the truth is, OnlyFans takes a 20% cut of your earnings and absolutely none of the emotional toll it may take on you. By directly linking your sexuality to your income, OnlyFans creates a situation where your body is subject to public scrutiny. It's easy to get caught up in the numbers and analytics, but on this platform, you're not just evaluating your work or skill, you're evaluating your body. Putting yourself out there like this opens the door to relentless public judgment, and the internet is notorious for its tendency to scrutinize. Before you know it, you might find yourself feeling inadequate, questioning if you'd make more money if you looked different. The pressure to conform to certain standards, whether it's having a different body shape, losing weight, or changing your appearance, becomes a constant weight on your shoulders. Trying to make it on OnlyFans as an inexperienced sex worker can alter your relationship with yourself and your sexuality. While success stories circulate, the toll on mental health and self-esteem can be so bad. The suggestion to start an OnlyFans channel has become a casual response to financial struggles, but the reality is far from the easy money portrayed in stories of people buying houses and paying off debt. The average creator often earns meager amounts, leaving them questioning if it was all worth it. For those in desperate situations, even a small income from OnlyFans may seem like a good supplement, but the promise of financial success preys on the vulnerable, luring them into situations that might not live up to the advertised dream. OnlyFans has also gained notoriety for its inadequate measures in preventing underage users from signing up, and it conveniently absolves itself of any responsibility for hosting them. Teenagers can easily bypass existing safeguards by using fake IDs or a relative's passport. This has led to a disturbing trend where many minors are actively posting on the platform, and OnlyFans has yet to take real action to address this issue. The images of these underage creators are being paid for by individuals much older with more money to waste and power. This creates a concerning dynamic where older individuals see young people as vulnerable and easily controlled through money. Onlyfans, by failing to effectively deter underage users, essentially allows minors to be lured into exploitative relationships from a young age. What makes matters worse is that underage creators face the same risks as adults when posting explicit content on the platform, but they lack the maturity to fully comprehend the potential consequences. Everything posted on the internet is essentially permanent, as images can be downloaded and reposted without consent. Even if a young creator decides to stop posting or leave OnlyFans, your content doesn't just cease to exist. Could this potentially harm future relationships or how your family and friends see you? The stigma surrounding sex work has worsened, leading to degrading attitudes. Some people think they can treat sex workers as less than human, deserving of negative consequences like stalking, rape threats, doxing, death threats, harassment, and hacking. It becomes harder to trust even those you consider fans, as some OnlyFans stars have experienced break-ins and blackmail initiated by their patrons. In one alarming case, a stalker repeatedly broke into and hid in the attic of their favorite OnlyFans model. A quick online search shows countless women sharing negative experiences. Unfortunately, the platform has limited ability to address these issues. Moreover, when money is exchanged, the lines between creators and fans blur, encouraging unhealthy parasocial relationships. Fans may feel they own a part of their favorite creators. Voyeurism also plays a role, with some fans inserting themselves into made-up fantasies or relationships. This situation draws some serious parallels between OnlyFans and online dating, where users actively seek personal connections. We all crave love and attention while wanting control over our interactions, especially in a world where we're increasingly managing our lives from the comfort of our homes. The downside is that we might miss out on those meaningful human connections and spontaneous moments with each other. Sadly, this has led to higher rates of social isolation and loneliness among our generation, pushing young people to seek intimacy through screens. Now, looking at OnlyFans, things can get a bit dark. People are quick to point fingers at the women creating content, but interestingly, the average user is often a middle-aged married man. What draws them to the site? It could be feelings of loneliness, dissatisfaction in their marriage, or specific desires they can't fulfill in person. They're essentially looking for something they lack in their online relationships. Let's be clear, there's nothing inherently wrong with two consenting adults exchanging money for mutual pleasure. However, problems arise when this online dynamic replaces real in-person intimacy. OnlyFans users may find themselves dealing with issues like porn addiction, irritability, social isolation, anxiety, and depression. Consuming explicit content excessively might even lead to displaying more aggressive sexual behavior, influenced by the fantasies seen online. This in turn can impact how users view their partners, reducing them to characters on a screen. True intimacy, that indescribable and magical connection, can only happen with another person. When our sexuality revolves around people on a computer screen and our relationships exist mainly through OnlyFans subscriptions, that magic is lost. It's important to remember that sex work is one of the oldest professions globally, and with technology constantly evolving, OnlyFans has become the go-to platform for online adult content in our generation. Posting or consuming content without understanding your motivations can create crooked problems between your values and actions. Ask yourself some questions. Do I feel safe and comfortable sharing this part of myself online? Is my use of OnlyFans affecting my personal relationships? Is the platform promoting safety for creators? By being smart and mindful, we can make online tools like OnlyFans more human and less harmful. Maybe.